Jennifer, what are you doing here?
Oh, I didn't know where else to go.
You've been here all night?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Well, I had gone back to pick up my things at the cottage, and I ran into Mike. Let me tell you, that was a
Jennifer,
whole lot
you know
of fun.
you can always call me, all right? You know there's always room for you in my house.
Well, I needed time to think.
I have 3 bedrooms. Plenty of room for you and all of your thoughts.
Paul, what are you doing here?
I have a meeting with Dusty and Sierra. And try and get us to go back into business with them.
Paul, you have to let it go, okay? I have.
Are you trying to fool me or yourself? Because you're not fooling me.
You know what? I tried talking to Dusty, and he's really not interested in listening.
Well, then it won't hurt for me to give it a try, will it?
I'm not going to have you begging them for anything.
By the time I'm done with them, they'll be begging you to come back. That's your phone.
Oh. Hello?
Hello. I'm looking for Jennifer Munson.
This is she?
Jennifer, the name's Morgan Powell. I represent a large fashion manufacturing company, and word on the street is that street jeans is up for grabs.
And you're calling me because...
I'd like to speak with you about acquiring it.
Which company did you say you were from again?
Oh, we can talk about all the details later. I'm here in town at a place called Metro. Do you know it?
Oh, yes, but...
Terrific. Why don't you meet me here in, say, 15, 20 minutes, and we can discuss your future.
Well, guess it couldn't hurt. All right, then. I'll see you soon.
Who's that?
This lawyer who is interested in acquiring street jeans for one of his clients.
Who's his client?
I'm going to find that out.
Okay, don't promise him anything. Let's wait and see how things turn out with Dusty and Sierra first.
Well, it's always good to have a backup plan.
Yeah, it's always good just to have a backup. Tell him you'll meet him in an hour. And if things don't go right with Worldwide, I'll go with you.
Thanks, Paul. But I need to do this on my own.
She took the bait.
Thank you so much for giving me another chance to discuss this with you.
Well, we're willing to hear what you have to say.
We gotta be honest, you know. It would take a miracle to change our minds.
Well, Street Jeans still has orders coming in from all over the country, and I don't need to tell you what the numbers are. You know them. You know that Street Jeans was a success right out of the gate. Now, I know we've had some minor setbacks with Jennifer taking an unscheduled leave of absence, but she learned a very valuable lesson. She is recommitted. She is refocused. She is more determined than ever to dedicate herself and her time and her talents to the success of this company.
She's recommitted today. What about a year from now, after the baby comes? All these life-altering factors, you know? That's why we're here today.
Yeah, Jennifer understands this and everything that it implies, and she wants this, and I think that she deserves another chance.
The answer is no.
Don't waste your breath, Paul. I've already tried reasoning with them. It doesn't work. But the more I think about it, the more I realize they're absolutely right. I realize I wasn't invited to this party, but until Craig is handled, my daughter is at his mercy.
That's why a new contract's out of the question. Too much family drama, really.
You know, you're the ones who put Craig into her life. If I recall, things were going just fine when she was working with Jordan Sinclair, am I right? But someone had the bright idea of saddling her with this man who's known as a loose cannon, who's notorious for not playing by the rules. So I think that someone should take responsibility for the position that Jennifer is in right now. And if you'd like to make it up to her, now's your chance.
This is garbage. Let's go.
You know, actually, I'd like to hear what Barbara has to say.
Buddhists are inseparable. Jennifer is her work, which we know to be very good. It's fresh, youthful, exciting, and it can only continue to be that if Craig is out of the picture. She has to be free to create, free to experience joy, especially now that she's bringing a baby into the world, Sierra. Isn't that what you'd want for Lucy? For her to be happy? To be able to share her talent with the world? That's every mother's dream.
Barbara's right.
I am?
That's what I said. Now, can we talk about what's really going on here?
What do you mean, Paul?
Well, you're not just worried about your investment. You know you're going to make your money back. Jennifer's proved that. So what's the real reason for you not giving her a second chance? Is it the fact that she left you in the lurch?
Without notice. Without knowing if she'd ever return?
Jennifer took some really bad advice from her very well-intentioned big brother, and she ran. She ran from Craig. She didn't run from her company, and she's not going to do that again.
How do we know that?
She won't fail because Mom and I won't let her. We will support her. We will help her in any way that we can.
If Sierra's willing, let's talk it out.
Well, we're willing to consider reinstating Jennifer worldwide, but we need to impose some conditions. So, Dusty, would you like to do the honors?
We're gonna put a liability clause in for Jennifer. If she gets a headache, flakes out, doesn't deliver the goods, she's out. And we sue for damages and breach of contract.
She'll deliver.
These are our conditions. Jennifer signs on again, it's a two-way street. If she's committed to you, you need to be committed to her, and not just her company, but her well-being.
Which means you have to do everything you can to protect her from Craig.
Agreed. Great. Great. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna make a phone call.
And while we are on this subject, I took the liberty of compiling a list.
What sort of list?
A list of all the crimes that Craig has never paid for. Of all the areas that he's vulnerable. Of all the ways that we can capitalize on it.
Jennifer, what are you doing? I thought you'd be done by now.
I got called away with a fashion emergency, literally.
What happened?
Well, Lisa called me over to the Lakeview, and I figured keeping busy would keep my mind off of everything.
How's that working for you?
So far, not at all.
And how'd the meeting go with the lawyer that wants to acquire Street Jeans?
The lawyer was hired by Craig to hand me a subpoena.
What?
He wants to make me have a prenatal DNA test. And then he said he'll fight me for shared custody, and if I don't comply, then he'll take the baby from me, just like he took my designs.
Jennifer, you listen to me. We'll get our own lawyers. He can't make you do anything. What else did he say?
We'll have to talk about it later. I have to get to work, okay? Bye.
You are, don't you? You look really lovely.
Oh, hi, Lisa.
Oh, honey, thank you so much.
He's gotten away with murder before. What makes you think he won't get away with it again?
He has done a lot of things that you don't know about, and he has always walked away.
Walks away and comes back stronger. Thinks he's untouchable.
Nobody's untouchable.
Well, this time I think we gotta prove it to him.
You're right. This time we need to get rid of Craig for good.
So that's the plan. Reactions?
If we pull this off, Craig will be finished.
I think if we do anything smaller scale, it puts Jen at risk. We gotta do this thing now.
I just wish there was another way.
Sierra, you have to stop thinking about Craig and think about Jennifer. I warned you about Craig and Street Jeans.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Barbara. We all know that Craig has had more second chances than he deserves.
Then why are we even debating this?
Because this is a serious decision. Once it's made, there's no turning back. The man's life is over.
Great. Is there anyone in this room, is there anyone in this town who hasn't suffered because of Craig Montgomery?
So we agree?
You even have to ask?
He's left us no choice.
Paul?
Oh, I've been waiting for this for a long time.
And I've been saving this for a long time. Darling?
Nice.
Sierra? Dusty. I think this occasion deserves a toast, don't you? To better days.
And goodbye, Montgomery. Montgomery's expecting a shipment from Singapore.
Knockoffs of Jennifer's designs, it's beyond the pale.
It's business. Luckily, he's got more orders than he can fill.
Which is why he called Hua.